Hi, my name's Harry Ainsworth, and today we're going to be learning about apprenticeships within Kirklees. We're going to be meeting with a group of apprentices to find out their experience, the support, and also the challenges, and overall what they are gaining from their apprenticeship. We'll also be speaking with Siraj Mayat, the Apprenticeship Coordinator for the Kirklees Council, Chris Dowse, Chief Officer for North Kirklees CCG, who took on apprentices. First, we thought best to come down here to Kirklees Council building to speak to Adrian Lithgow, Chief Exec of Kirklees Council, to find out what he thought of apprenticeships and how they're helping out. So could you just introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yeah, morning Harry. My name's Adrian Lithgow. I'm the Chief Executive of Kirklees Council, which in straightforward terms means that I'm ultimately responsible for the 9,500 people who work for Kirklees.
So could you just quickly tell us what your opinion is on apprenticeships? Why do you feel they're such a good idea for young people these days?
I'll be really happy to, because I think apprenticeships are really, really important. One of the biggest issues we have facing us in the district is a lack of opportunity for young people, and apprenticeships are another way of introducing people to work, life and careers. So what I'd like to see is that people see apprenticeships as just an equal and different way of entering into work and a career.
Could you just tell us what are the council doing to promote apprenticeships?
Well, the council's had apprenticeships for a long time, but we decided 18 months, 2 years ago, that it would be a really good idea to push them forward and actually try and make sure that apprenticeships were a good quality way of, as I said earlier, giving people the opportunity to enter into a career. So rather than individual council departments going off and doing their own thing, we've had a focus on getting a consistent approach to telling local community, working with the local colleges and employers about apprenticeships. And you can find information on our website and through our apprenticeships team. So what we're hoping to do and what we're trying to do is to step up the profile of apprenticeships so that people appreciate that they are another way of entering into career and work.
We then met up with Siraj Mayat, the Apprenticeship Coordinator, to find out his views on apprenticeships and the support package they offer. I mean, for the apprentices in Kirklees, you actually put on a personal support programme, didn't you, for every apprentice? I mean, What was your thinking behind this? I mean, could you just tell us what is the personal support programme?
Okay, when I first got involved with apprenticeships in Kirklees, apprenticeships had been running in Kirklees for a number of years, but when I sort of got involved through our team, which is the Learning and Development team, what we wanted to do is make sure that we weren't just getting young people through qualifications, through a training contract. We wanted to make sure that we had young people coming out of apprenticeships with lots of confidence, lots of people skills, lots of sort of maturity in many respects to be able to hold down a job, but also then move on into a long and successful career. And we realized that you don't get all of that just by going to college one day a week. There needed to be something more than that. So that's where we started to look at what we can do in terms of a support package for apprentices. We didn't want to duplicate what was being offered through the colleges in terms of the apprenticeship qualification or technical training that they were getting, literacy and numeracy in some cases. What we wanted to do is focus on the individual and make sure that we had a support package which allowed young people to come to us through an apprenticeship, and actually gradually over the 12 months or 2 years, however long the apprenticeship was, they could actually grow and develop as individuals, as good human beings. So that was really the purpose behind the support package.
It's one of the best apprenticeships you can have for reasons that you get put through all your college work, you gain qualifications, you learn great life experiences, and it's definitely a place to be.
My actual overview of the experience has been very positive and rewarding in terms of the experience I've gained, and they've always tried to give me transferable skills that I can take on to my next job.
It's taught me how to communicate better within the work environment. It's made me more confident on presenting things which I wouldn't really do before, and really to lead better.
experience has been great, the amount of training that I've had and all the courses, and it's just been really good. I'm just excited about learning new things.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help me in future jobs. To progress through the council is my plan. I'm always wanting to go above and beyond to progress. So yeah, I think it's going to be great.
We also met up with Chris Dowse, the Chief Officer of North Kirklees Clinical Commissioning Group, to find out how she feels about having apprentices in her organisation. So hi Chris, could you just tell us what was the reasoning behind you taking on apprentices in the first place?
Okay, well, I'm very keen, and my whole organisation is very keen that we grow our own workforce. And we're very interested in making sure that young people in our community know what we're about, understand our organisation and the work we do. And by taking on apprentices, we get people to understand the nature of our business, and that helps us with our succession planning going forward.
And how have the apprentices benefited your organisation?
Well, I hope all four of you, who, as you know, we've got two boys and two girls working here, and I hope all four of you now have a better understanding of what commissioning National Health Services is all about for communities in Dewsbury and North Kirklees, and that you've also been engaged in the routine of our working day, and you can understand what our business is, that you meet our partners, you understand our patients and our members in our GP community, so that gives you a taster really of what we're about, and you've had a wide variety of assignments to do, and I hope you've learnt from that.
And would you recommend apprentices to other organisations?
I certainly would, because you bring in a fresh view about issues and things that we take for granted. And I remember the very first whole day development session that I think you were all new and you came to that, and I remember all of you contributing very strongly to that, and it was good to hear the fresh views. So yes, I do, and you've delivered for us some interesting and exciting things, and I think one thing that we've learned from you is a better understanding of IT skills, for example, and you've contributed to, for example, in developing our intranet, which has been fantastic. So yeah, I would recommend it highly, and in fact, I do believe we're going to be taking on some new ones when you've all gone.
Well, it gives me a better stead than everyone else because I've been on so many different things. I've learnt so many different things that it gives me that extra foot in the door with employers.
With my training, I get support with Leeds City College to provide me with more information and more support with my role. And also, I'm provided with a variety of training by the council to improve myself with a variety of things that I need to work on.
Another challenge I had to overcome was when a lady at work fell and split her face, and from recent training that I had been on, I was able to give her the best possible help, and I was also given support whilst helping her through my other colleagues and first aid.
I think one of the major positives that is coming out of this is one of the actual training that was provided by the company in the end, and that was that they've now put me on a master's course within IT applications, which is very positive for me.
I attended additional training, which was at the On-Course Learning Centre. The skills that we were given were leadership, communication skills, presentation skills, which have built my confidence really, and I really enjoyed it.
Have you seen a rise in the amount of young people actually taking on apprenticeships?
We have. Across the district, there are, I think now, about 3,000 people who have come into apprenticeship as the council's been working with the National Apprenticeship Service. So the ones that are actually offered in the council by the council are just a small proportion of the total apprenticeships that are now available.
I mean, what is the sort of feedback that you're actually getting from apprentices that are taking on jobs? Is it positive?
I think in typical with all ways into work really, there is really positive feedback, yes. Because when people fit into something that they really like and they really enjoy, then clearly they give positive feedback. We also, though, get feedback on what should be improved, not just in our own schemes, but what people would like to see, for example, if they're working in a private sector apprenticeship. So that feedback is really important to us, so that we can improve with other employers what apprenticeships look like.
I mean, you mainly work with sort of Kirklees council apprentices.
Yeah.
But is this course also something that you will provide to other companies that are within Kirklees?
Yeah. Well, we know that we've got something good, and we don't necessarily want to keep that to ourselves. If other people are interested and want to use it, we're more than happy to share that good practice, the support package that we're offering. So, some of the things that we've done to share that good practice is, for example, we've extended the support to schools. So when schools recruit apprentices, they have the option of tapping into the support package that we've developed for our own apprentices, for their own apprentices, and we've had a really good sort of take-up from schools. We've worked with our local NHS, the North Kirklees Commissioning Group, when they were looking at setting up their apprenticeships. They sort of had a conversation with us, looked at some of the things that we were doing, and they really liked the support package. So again, they've actually sort of tapped into that. Because the support package is so different to what's available out there more generally, it is quite unique to what we're offering in Kirklees, and we want to make sure that if other apprentices, other organisations can benefit from that, then I guess the more the merrier kind of thing.
It's made me a confident person. I mean, I was really shy at first, and I think the people that I worked with have built my confidence up, and I think this will help me with my other future careers.
It's a big help when you're the front line and public come talk to you. You know how to approach them, you know how to talk to them properly. And you can put across what you need to put across properly.
Majority of people look regarding the money, but at the end, for me, it's not about the money. It's what the support and help that I received.
I'm confident that I will progress through this course, because it's really helped me, establish where I'm at and where I want to go.
I mean, if we go back to sort of the 70s, apprenticeships were actually quite frowned upon. I mean, those youths now are actually a lot of our employers today. Do you feel this is having an effect on how apprentices are being treated within the workplace?
I've met a number of the very senior people, for example, in engineering companies locally, and some of them entered the workplace as apprentices. So there are also some role models out there who have been apprentices in it. And for me, it's about making sure that we're using the feedback to improve management skills wherever people are.
I mean, it's not a great term, but due to obviously apprenticeship's wage, a lot of people would say it's sort of slave labour. I mean, how do you get round this?
It's a really good point, and low pay is a massive issue across the north of England. And there's all sorts of ways of addressing it. For example, the council's heavily involved in a low pay commission. So whether you're an apprentice or not an apprentice, at or below the minimum wage, we need to look at ways across the economy of increasing fairness in pay. Specifically with relation to apprenticeships, I think it is important, Harry, that there's some recognition of the fact that employers actually, if they're operating apprenticeships properly, incur additional costs, because they should be mentoring apprentices, they should be giving them time, rather than just leaving them to get on with the job. And so I think you have to recognise there are additional costs to doing a really good apprenticeship as well. But I wouldn't separate apprenticeships. I think low pay is something that we need to keep focusing on across the board.
So do you wish you'd had an apprenticeship when you were younger then?
In many respects, when I see some of our apprentices coming into the organisation, the level of support, the level of training, the experience they get, the chance to do a qualification, the personal development support, it's an all-round package, and actually it does sort of ensures that The apprentice, in some cases we've got sort of young people at the age of 16, 17 coming straight from school, colleges, without really any work experience whatsoever. So you come into an organisation, you're getting a whole load of support and experience, and actually by the end of it you see different young people coming out of it, and I do wish, looking back, that if I had that opportunity I definitely would have sort of gone for it.
Yeah.
I'm very sad that it's coming to an end, obviously, 'cause I possibly won't have a job at the end of it, so I may be unemployed again, and like loads of young people that are struggling to get work, I could possibly one of them people, and I'm not very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It's just a great opportunity for anyone. It's just it's just a good opportunity, and it's just a great way to better yourself and get where you want to be in life. It's a second chance. Yeah, I would definitely recommend apprenticeship to other people, because I think it's an excellent opportunity for young people like me, and I never thought that would be on this track, but it's a great track to be on, and I appreciate everything, all the support that I've been given.
I feel sad now the apprenticeship has come to an end, or is coming to an end, because the relationships you make over that year, they're never going to leave you. You're not meant to get attached to your clients and your service users, but when they become part of your daily life, it's bound to happen.
This has really helped me very, very much.